If they hadn't have dropped the A-bomb, there would have been certainly 1 million Japanese killed and probably as many of our troops. They had picked the areas where we would invade. Of course, it wasn't too hard. That's island, and they know good and well that we're going to invade where the airfields, where we can get at the airfield and get at Tokyo and Yokohama, their supply centers. And they had that so undermined with tunnels. And I mean, their tunnel was a highway. You could have marched an army through there 8 abreast and no problem in some of those tunnels. When we were doing these airfields, why, of course, we uncovered all the tunnels that were there, and believe me, they were so undermined. In a town, I went to Kawagoe, Japan, and it was off limits. And but that's where your black market sold the best. So I have had a command car, and so I stepped out of the command car, and of course they were patrolling the streets, and they saw me, and I sold my share of black market stuff over there, and I got in the place where I usually went. They took me through the walls, under the floors, and I ended up back at the train station and got on the train from the opposite side and went out of town. Oh, that every place. They had tunnels everywhere. That place was so undermined, you just couldn't begin to believe those Japanese must have been digging all the time. I run a crane, and the Japanese hired us. We were to get their equipment. They'd buried all their trucks and their equipment out in fields, and I went out, followed some Japanese out there, and they'd take shovels, and I'd drop the hook from the crane and pull a cement mixer or a truck out of the dirt. And I mean, they'd buried everything. And we had a lot of unusual experiences over there. Yeah. Lots of them. It was sort of funny at the time, but I don't know. I imagine 200 yen is equal to $1 now, but when I went into Japan, you could convert 8 yen into $1. And the only way we converted it, and we could get a bundle of Japanese money, you had to go to the post office. I could send money home. And believe me, I didn't smoke, and if you wanted to sell a package of cigarettes over there, which I got in the ration even, and I never smoked or at all, and you got a pack a day at least. A pack of cigarettes would sell for 45 yen, something like that, and that $8 to $1, well, that was a little over $5, almost $6. And of course I sold all my cigarettes. You could supplement your pay over there pretty good, because they all had money. But the food stuff that we gave to the Japanese, nobody sold that to them. You gave that to them. And everybody felt sorry for them. Or the group, the ones from combat probably wouldn't have, because they had been mad all the time, but they didn't take many of them over there. It was pretty all brought from the United States that was over there. and they certainly felt sorry for those little children. I signed up in the reserve, and then and when they formed the National Guard unit here in about 47, I signed up in the National Guard, and otherwise I'd have went to Korea, because the reserve unit that I was in was called up for Korea, and but the only thing is, like, I was in the Guard and they couldn't take me because they'd have to call the Guard up in order to get me. So I didn't have to go to Korea, thank heavens. But I stayed between the Army and the Reserve and the Guard. I was released from the Guard, I think, in 1950.